everyone! My last Sofia the First video got a lot of lovely comments and support from everyone, and I really appreciate that. For this video, I thought I'd continue with the grown-up designs like I did last video, but I'm going to be drawing the other Royal Prep students, some of Sofia's friends from school, and draw them as adults like I did before, and talk about the sort of things that I'd see them getting up to in the future. Up first we have Vivian. Princess Vivian is one of Sofia's closest Royal Prep friends. When Vivian was introduced, she was the quiet girl at the back of the class. She always struck me as sort of a goth, as much as you can have a goth within the world of Sofia the First, due to her hairstyle. Her cute micro bangs are kind of iconic, so I had to keep those. And also the fact that she has a pet dragon, which I have included. I drew Crackle grown up as well, so we've got 2-in-1 characters in this drawing. I just thought it would be really cool to include Crackle, so I did. I looked at the dragons within the Princess Ivy, Curse of Princess Ivy episodes, just to check what sort of size adult dragons tend to be in the Sofia the First universe, and they're not ridiculously big, so it was nice to be able to actually fit Crackle into the picture. So yeah, I thought I'd include Crackle just to give a little bit more interest to the drawing. Vivian is a very talented musician. She can play lots of different instruments, and therefore I believe she would grow up to become some sort of famous musician or be part of some sort of orchestra, which I think is nice because it really shows her growth, considering she was introduced as this shy girl that found it very difficult to speak in front of people, but because her music is something she loves and she enjoys performing, she becomes a lot more confident throughout the series, so I could see her becoming a very competent and confident musician in the future. Also, fun fact, when I was researching the characters again after a while, I didn't realise that Sabrina Carpenter was Vivian's voice actress. So that shocked me a little bit, which I think is very cool. If Vivian comes back in the next series, I do doubt that they'd get Sabrina Carpenter back due to how busy she must be now. But if she does come back, that'll be very cool. But yeah, so that was a fun little fact that I thought I'd include. But yeah, so this is my Vivian design. She was very fun to draw. I love Vivian so much. She's a great character. Next we have Prince Hugo. Prince Hugo is one of my favourite side characters within the series. He was introduced as kind of a minor antagonist to Sofia, and later becomes friends with her, which I think is very sweet. He seems to be from a colder country that has a lot of snow, so I wanted to give him a more wintry attire, so I gave him a cape with some nice fur, as his father seems to wear a lot of fur around his outfits. I think future-wise he would go into more athletic ice skating, or enchanted ice skating, I believe it is in the series, as he is shown to be very good at it and really enjoys it. So I'd like to see him, going forth and really going into that, because that's something he likes. For his look, he's kind of established in the series as being the kind of pretty boy at school. A lot of the girls have sort of have a crush on him, so I wanted to keep that look. His character model has very defined eyelashes compared to the other male models within the show, so I thought I'd give him sort of a pretty boy look. I may have accidentally made him look a little bit too young and feminine, but who knows, maybe he did grow up to look quite youthful and pretty as a man, because that's possible, you know, there's lots of men out there that look like that. But yeah, this is my Hugo. I hope you like him. Next we have Princess Hildegard, who is probably the most egotistical princess at Royal Prep, but that also makes her one of the more interesting characters. Hildegard is from Friesenberg, which is a very snowy, cold country, so I wanted to draw her in a winter outfit, similar to how I drew Hugo. So I looked at a bunch of older styled coats. I still wanted her to have a big dress, and I gave her one of those little hats that a lot of Georgian women seem to have worn. I think she's a very fun character. Her relationship with Amber and Clio I find very interesting, and her insecurities that manifest to her being kind of a show-off I find also very interesting. For her future, I'd say that she's probably still doing the stuff that she did as a kid. She's probably still spoiled, maybe preparing to be, I was going to say queen, but she has an older sister, so she's probably just, I don't know, chilling out and relaxing. There's not much else to say about her. But, you know, go off queen, but not queen, because she's still a princess. But, you know, she can do what she wants. It's Hildegard. But yeah, this is my design for her. Of course, after Hildegard, we have her best friend, Clio. Clio, I didn't have much in mind for her design. I just wanted her to keep the same colour scheme, which is a very pretty pink colour scheme, and give her more of a relaxed outfit compared to the other big gowns that the princesses wear. I think that in the future she would go off and start performing in musicals, which she very much enjoys. Maybe she has a very large hat collection, even more so than when she was a child. I rewatched that episode where she tries out for the play after I drew this, and now I wish I watched it before, because then I would have drawn her in a nice hat, because she seems to love hats. But yeah, there's not much else to say about Clio, but I think she's a very sweet character, and this is my design for her. Next we have Prince Desmond. I will mention that in my last video I did say that I didn't enjoy drawing male characters very much, and by that I didn't mean that I didn't enjoy drawing male characters, I just meant that I prefer drawing female characters, and usually when I draw a male character in full body like this, they come out quite stiff, and this one did come out a little bit rigid. But I guess it kind of works for Desmond's character. He's a very anxious person, and I relate to that a lot. I'm a very anxious person myself. But yeah, for his design, I looked at, you know, the typical princely attire. I didn't really have much thought into his outfit or his hair and stuff. He's basically pretty much the same as he was as a kid, but just grown up. I thought I'd make him slightly plump, because he has those cute chubby cheeks as a kid, which he doesn't really show very much on his drawing. But yeah, I think in the future he'd become a very intelligent scientist. He'd probably help out a lot of people with things, with his scientific discoveries. He'd definitely do something to do with plants and botany. I believe he went into a science school or he chose to go into a science school when he was choosing the schools at the school fair in that one episode. So yeah, I'd see him still being a bit of a nerd and enjoying his books. But yeah, I like Desmond a lot. Next we have Princess June. I love Princess June. She's a Chinese-inspired princess. And fun fact, I believe that her voice actress is the daughter of Mulan's voice actress, which I think is really cool. Princess June's design, I looked at a lot of Manchu outfits, I believe. I'm sorry if I'm butchering any pronunciation. I did a bit of research into the Qing dynasty, which seems to be the main inspiration for her kingdom's attire, based on what her mother and her brother were wearing and stuff like that. So I try to heavily reference those outfits. So I very much tried my best with keeping that look. I gave her one of those beautiful headpieces and tried to keep her colour scheme but include it in her outfit in a slightly different way. I think she still came out quite young looking, but June is quite a short character, so she'd probably grow up to be also quite short still. I really like her, she's so cute. But yeah, I don't have much else to say about her character. I don't know really what she'd be doing in the future. I think she's older than her brother, so she may become Empress, which I think would be really cool. But yeah, I hope to see her again in the next series. I think she's really sweet. Next we have Prince Zandar. This drawing might be potentially my favourite drawing I've done of this series, specifically for the male characters. I wanted to embody Zandar's outgoing energy in this picture, and I decided to take the red from his initial colour scheme and make his whole outfit warmer, as he wore mainly just all white, but I thought it'd be nice if he had a more luxurious, warmer colour scheme. His outfit is inspired by the live-action Aladdin costumes, and also a mix of his father's outfit, which I took inspiration from as well. For the future, Zandar would probably become a bit of a party king. I imagine that he'd have invite lots of people over all the time. He'd become sort of maybe not very responsible, I don't know. Maybe he grows into himself a bit more. Maybe he does become responsible. But as a kid, he's very similar to James in how they just want to have fun and run around and play pranks and do silly things like that. So yeah. I also was thinking, should I add facial hair or not? But I did decide to give him a little bit of a beard. I think it just makes him look a little bit less like Aladdin, but it's still, quite difficult not to make him look like Aladdin, as he seems to be inspired by him. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. I hope you do too. So yeah, these are all of the finished designs for this video. I especially liked drawing Vivian, June and Zandar the most, but I like all of them, of course. Thank you so much for all the support on my last Sofia the First video. If you haven't seen it, I drew Sofia and her siblings and a couple other characters grown up, so check that out if you haven't seen it. And thank you guys so much for watching my videos and being interested in Sofia the First. It was so nice seeing so many comments about how much people enjoyed watching the show when they were younger, or even still watching it now, which I think is really cool because I think the show is really great, and if you haven't seen it, I very much recommend it. But yeah, so this video is a little bit shorter than the last one, a little bit potentially more rambly than the last one, I don't know. I wanted to draw some of the extra characters because a few people said that it would be nice to see them in my style grown up, and I thought I'd very much like to oblige and have a go at drawing them, because I did think about including them in the last video, but I didn't. Thank you again for so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye!